always say the people that do the acting, the people that really make this happen are the people behind the stage, up in the light booth, Carl that does the sound. And so I wanted to make sure we recognize them, because when it's over, they don't. So can you guys come on out? They'll all be in black. It'll be very fitting for the show. All right. They are wonderful to work with, and so what a blessing they've been. When you picked up your program, you'll notice that we're doing this show in tribute to my brother John, who passed away back in July. John and I were on a trip to North Carolina back in June, and he said, "Hey, Jason, we should do Arsenic and Old Lace." I said, "Yeah." We talked about who might be in the cast. And we talked about he was going to help me do it, and then a week later, he was gone. And you'll notice there's like 6 Garners in the show. We normally wouldn't load them up like that. But we all wanted to do it in tribute to John and how much he meant to this theater. So as it says in there, John, boy, this one's for you. So very much so. Another thing I want to say is that I'm so glad you made it here today. I don't know how it is, but Okeechobee Community Theater is like the best kept secret of Okeechobee. People just don't. I talked about it. I didn't even know we had it. Yeah, it started up just 42 years ago. And Ron and Jackie Hayes did such a fabulous job for 40 years, and then we picked it up to be part of it. But if you enjoy the show, tell somebody. Get the buzz, get around town, because I think that's what happened. Because I look at all of you out there today, and I think, what an honor to have you here. Let me say one more thing. This is called a dark comedy, because some of the stuff in it, if you think through it, you're going to go, hey, don't think. Some of that will be easy for you. Don't think. Because we want this, it's really a ridiculous setting, and we're going to try to be as ridiculous as we can be doing it. So we're so glad you're here with us today, and I hope you sit back and enjoy yourself. And at this point, Okeechobee Community Theater presents for you Arsenic and Old Lace.
If only Europe were on another planet.
Europe, sir?
Yes, Teddy.
Point your gun the other way.
Gun?
To the west. There's the danger. There's your enemy, Japan. Go on, Daddy. Let's talk about Europe. More talk about building the canal.
Well, let's not talk of war. Will you have another cup of tea?
No, thank you.
More tea, Captain Harper?
Oh, no, thank you.
No?
You know, Miss Abby, war and violence seem so far removed from these surroundings.
It is peaceful here, isn't it?
Yes, peaceful. All the virtues of another time, they're all present here. Gone with the gentle virtues like candlelight, good manners. Low taxes.
It's one of the oldest houses in Brooklyn. It's just as when Grandfather Brewster built and furnished it, except for the electricity. And that was Mortimer who persuaded us to put it in.
Oh, yes, I can understand that. I've noticed Mortimer does seem to live his life again by electric light.
Oh, but he has to work so late, the poor dear. Oh, I understand he's taking Elaine to the theater with him again tonight. Teddy, your brother Mortimer will be here a little later.
Delighted.
We're so thrilled that it's Elaine he takes to the theater with him.
Well, I must admit, I'm having a difficult time getting used to staying up to 3 o'clock in the morning waiting for my daughter to be brought home.
Dr. Hardrock, I hope you don't disapprove of Mortimer. Well, Sister Martha and I would just feel terrible. I mean, after all, it was at our home that your daughter met Mortimer.
Oh, yes, yes, and let me say immediately, I do believe Mortimer to be a most worthy gentleman. But I've been watching the growing intimacy between your nephew and my daughter with some trepidation. Please understand, it's because of Mortimer's unfortunate connection to the theater.
The theater? Oh, no, Dr. Hardrock, no. Mortimer writes for a New York newspaper.
Oh, yes, I know, but a dramatic critic is so often exposed to the theater, and I've just got to believe that some of them learn to grow fond of it.
Oh, not Mortimer. You have nothing to fear there. Why, he absolutely hates the theater.
Really?
Oh, my, yes. He writes such awful things about it. But you can't really blame him, the poor boy. He was so happy writing about real estate, which is something he knew about. And then they made him take this terrible night position.
My.
But, as he says, the theater can't last much longer. Until then, it's a living. Oh, who do you suppose that could be? Oh, no, dear, I get it. Thank you, Teddy.
Hello, Miss Brewster.
Ruthie, come in.
Miss Abby, we've come for the toys.
Oh, yes.
And this is Officer O'Hara. He's a new man who'll be taking over my beat.
Oh, may I welcome you to the neighborhood?
How you doing?
Gentlemen, what news have you brought me?
We have nothing to report, Colonel.
Yeah, absolutely nothing to report.
Splendid. Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen. At ease.
You know the Reverend Harper from the church next door?
Oh, yes, to be sure. Reverend Harper, how are you today, sir?
Officer Brophy, nice to see
Let
you.
me introduce you, Officer O'Hara. He'll be the new man on the beat from now on.
Officer O'Hara, nice
Pleased
to
to
meet
meet
you.
you, sir.
The toys are here by the sofa. Oh, Teddy, will you run upstairs and bring down your Army and Navy? They're all packed in Aunt Martha's room.
It's fine work you men do, fixing up discarded toys to give the kids at Christmas time.
Shot!
So these are the toys.
Now, how is Mrs. Brophy?
Oh, now she's doing so much better, but a little weak still.
Oh, well, I'll get you some beef broth for you to take to her.
Now, Miss Abby, don't go to the bar. You've done so much already.
Oh, stuff and nonsense. My sister and I just made a fresh batch this morning to take to poor Mr. Beninsky. I will be a minute.
Now, she shouldn't go to all that bother.
Oh, gentlemen, if I know anything about pure kindness and absolute generosity, it's because I know the Brewster system.
Oh, yes, to be. Now, Teddy, you promised me you wouldn't do that anymore.
But I have to call a cabinet meeting to get hold of the supply.
Now, don't do it again. Do you hear me? I used to upload that thing in the middle of the night. The neighbors raised Cain with me. They're a little afraid of him anyway, you know.
Look, sir, what the hell? What's going on here anyway?
He's harmless. He thinks he's Teddy Roosevelt. So what? There's a lot worse guys than you think he is.
That's right. I'll make a note of it. He's a very interesting character.
Ah, isn't it a shame, Reverend, that a nice family like this should be raising a cuckoo?
Well, it's my understanding that their sister, Teddy's father, was something of a eccentric genius.
Oh, yes.
And that grandfather, Teddy's grandfather, was a little bit on the crazy side too.
Crazy like a fox, he made $1 million bucks.
In Brooklyn?
Oh, yes, patent medicines. I used to use his house as a clinic to try him out on people. Now, us older guys remember him, and we knew he was some sort of quack, but we never bothered him because he was useful on autopsies, especially poison cases.
Well, whatever he did, he seems to have left the girls very well off. Thank God for that.
Not that he ever spent any, but they spent it on themselves, mind you.
Oh, no, I'm very familiar with their charity.
You don't know the tip of it. Now, some time back when I was with Miss Harson's for a while, We were looking for an old man named Mitch. Now, we never did find him. But what we found out was it was a rental agency in town that has this house down for furnishing rooms. Now, as far as I know, they never rent rooms. But you know that someone's come knocking on that door, they don't leave here without a good bill and probably a few dollars in their pocket.
Well, that's just their way of finding ways to do good for people.
Oh, yes, it is, for sure.
Well, now, isn't this nice?
Good afternoon, Miss Brewster.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brophy and Dr. Harper.
Miss Bruce.
And this is Officer Hera. He's a new man to be taking over my duties.
Pleased to meet you, ma'am.
I'm so glad to know you.
Thank
Miss
you.
Martha, we dropped by to get the Christmas toys.
Oh, yes, Teddy's Army Navy. How's Mrs. Bruce? How's Mrs. Brophy?
Well, now she's doing so much better. And your sister's in the kitchen now getting me some soup to take home to her.
Oh, we just made some this morning. I just took some to a poor old man who broke ever so many bones.
Oh, Martha, you're back. How's Mr. Beninsky?
Oh, dear, it's very serious. The doctor was there. He's going to have to amputate in the morning.
Can we be present?
No. He said it was against the rules of the hospital.
Well, I'm sure there's nothing you can do. Besides, you need to spare yourself some things.
Now here you go. You make sure it's good and hot.
Thank you, Miss Abby. You bet I will.
The Army and Navy are ready for action.
Oh, this is grand, Colonel. The kids will go crazy over these.
What's this? The organ?
Oh, Teddy, dear, put it back.
No, but the organ goes to Australia.
Teddy.
No, the organ goes to Australia.
Well, no matter. The kids will love these anyway. Thank you very much. They're very lovely.
No, don't you know?
Well, so long, Colonel. Oh, wait, Sarge.
Oh, yeah.
Dismissed.
Thank you and goodbye.
Young man, let that be a lesson to you.
Goodbye.
Well, I guess I should be going too.
Charge! Charge the blockhouse! Charge!
The blockhouse?
Oh, the stairs are always that one here.
Have you ever tried to convince Teddy that he's not really Theodore Roosevelt?
Oh, no. But he's so happy being Teddy Roosevelt.
Once, a long time ago, do you remember, Mama? We thought if he could be George Washington, it might be a change for him.
Do you know what happened? He stayed under his bed for days and just wouldn't be anybody.
Well, I guess if he's happy, and more importantly, that you're happy. Now be sure that he signs this.
Oh, what are these?
Dr. Harper's made all the arrangements for Teddy to go to Happydale Sanitarium after we pass on.
Well, why does he need to sign them now?
Well, it really does need your immediate attention. If something should happen to you and then Teddy not be willing to sign his commitment papers, that can lead to a very awkward legal situation. Besides, Mr. Witherspoon says he'll just put them in his file until they're needed.
Well, who is Mr. Witherspoon?
Oh, he's the superintendent of Happydale.
Dr. Harper's made all the arrangements for him to stop by and to meet Teddy within a day or so.
Well, I best be getting home before Elaine comes looking for me.
Give our love to Elaine. And Dr. Harper, please don't think poorly of Mortimer because he's a dramatic critic. Somebody has to do these things.
Oh, Abby, you just had tea. Isn't it rather late?
Yes, and dinner's going to be late too.
Oh, why?
Teddy dear, good news. You're going to go to Panama and dig another lot for the canal.
Bully! Splendid, just bully! I shall prepared once for the journey. Charge!
Abby, while I was
Well,
out.
I didn't know how long you would be. Dr. Harper was coming for tea.
But all by yourself?
Oh, I got along just fine.
Well, I'll go downstairs and look.
Oh, no, dear, there was a time when I was by myself.
Well, where?
Martha. Look in the window, see? Elaine?
Elaine, darling Elaine.
Good afternoon, Miss Abby, Miss Martha. I thought Father was here.
He just this minute left. Didn't you meet him?
No, I took a shortcut through the cemetery. Is Mortimer here yet?
No, dear, not yet.
Have a seat. We're going to the theater tonight. He asked me to meet him here.
Well, we need to speak to Mortimer about doing this to you.
Yes, who are you on?
Well, he was brought up to know better. When a gentleman calls on a lady, he should pick her up at her
know, still being done, even in Brooklyn.
Mortimer, darling. How are you?
All right, and you seem well. You haven't changed much since yesterday.
It was yesterday, you silly boy. We're seeing an awful lot of you lately. Yes, we are. Sit down.
Oh, Abby?
Yes?
Don't we have things to do in the kitchen? You know, the tea things.
Oh, yes. Oh, you two just make yourselves at home. Yes, just make yourselves at home.
Well, can you take a hint?
I thought it was pretty obvious. Lack of inventiveness, I should say.
Yes. That's exactly what you'd say.
Well, where do you want to go for dinner?
I don't care. I'm not hungry.
Well, I just had breakfast. Suppose we wait until after the show?
That'd make it pretty late, wouldn't it?
Not with a little stinker we're seeing tonight. From what I hear about it, will be at Blake's by 10 o'clock.
You gotta be fair to these plays.
Are these plays fair to me?
I've never seen you walk out on a musical before.
Okay, well that musical isn't playing tonight.
Aw, I was hoping for a musical. Musicals somehow have a humanizing effect on you. After a serious play, I have to listen to a lecture on the drama. Wasn't until after our first musical you told me I have nice legs. And I have, too.
You know, for a minister's daughter, you know a lot about life. Where did you learn this?
In the choir loft.
I've never been able to rationalize it somehow.
What's that?
My falling in love with a minister's daughter.
Falling in love?
I ought to give that show tonight a good notice.
That don't continue love me that much, darling.
But I got a good idea. Let's run off tonight and get married.
You want to give Father a heart attack? You know he'll insist on officiating.
All right. Everything formal and legal, but no later than next month.
Ah, hello, Mortimer.
Mr. President!
Glad to see you, old boy. How are you? Any news?
Very well, Mr. President. Just this, that the country is squarely behind you.
Yes, I know. Isn't it wonderful? Well, goodbye, old boy.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, little one. I'm off.
Where are you headed, Teddy?
Oh, it's down in the cellar. My aunt's let him dig locks for the canal down there.
And he's very fond of you.
Well, Teddy was always my favorite brother.
Favorite? Were there others?
Yes, there is another brother. Jonathan.
I've never heard of him before.
No, we don't like to talk about Jonathan. Jonathan left Brooklyn very early and by request. Jonathan was the kind of boy who liked to cut worms in two with his teeth.
What became of him?
I don't know. He wanted to become a surgeon like grandfather, but he wouldn't go to medical school first, so his practice got him into trouble.
Aren't you two going to be late for dinner?
We're skipping dinner. We're going to start for half an hour.
Oh, well, then I'll leave you two alone again.
That's okay, Miss Abby. I need to go tell Father not to wait up for me. Before I go out with you, he likes to pray over me a little.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to marry her.
What? Oh, Martha! Martha, when? I have the most wonderful news.
Yes?
Oh, Elaine and Mortimer are going to be married. Elaine must be the happiest girl in the world.
Happy? I mean, well, just look at her leaping over those gravestones. By the way, I left a large envelope around here last week. It has material for a book I'm writing. Have you seen it?
Well, if you left it here, it must be here somewhere. Well, what are your plans? When are you planning on getting married? I think when Elaine comes back, we should have a celebration. We must drink to your happiness. Martha, is there any more than Lady Baltimore cake?
Oh, yes.
Oh, and I'll open a bottle of wine. Oh, and to think it happened in this very room.
Now, where could I put that?
Now, with your fiancé sitting beside you tonight, I hope the play is a romantic one. What's the name of it?
Murder Will Out. Oh, Abby, don't be so hard on it. First thing you see when the curtain goes up is a dead body. Excuse me, sir, have you seen a large envelope around here somewhere? Oh, cat got your tongue, huh? All right, nice tie. Oh, And Abby and Martha, come in here.
Yes, dear.
You are going to make plans for Teddy to go to that sanitarium. Happy Dale.
Oh, yes, Dr. Harper's made all the arrangements. He brought the papers by today.
Oh, good.
Here they are.
He's got to sign them right away.
That's what Dr. Harper thinks. That way there won't be any confusion after we pass on.
Oh, no, he's got to sign them this instant. He's down in the cellar. Get him up here right away.
No, dear. Why was in such a hurry?
No, well, Teddy's sitting in the canal. You can't get his mind on anything else.
Teddy's got to go to Happy Dale now. Tonight.
No, dear, that's not until after we're gone.
Right away, I tell you, right away.
Now, Mortimer, how can you say such a thing? Why, as long as we're living, we won't be separated from Teddy.
Oh, have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Now, I'm frightfully sorry, but, well, I've got some shocking news for you. Now, we've all got to try and keep our lives. Well, you know how we've sort of humored Teddy because, well, we thought he was harmless.
But Teddy is harmless.
He's harmless. That's why he's got to go to Happy Dale. Why he's got to be confined.
Now, Mortimer, why have you suddenly turned your back against Teddy, your own brother?
Gotta go sometime. I mean, it might as well be now. You see, darlings, Teddy, well, he's killed a man. But there's a body in the window seat.
Yes, dear, we know.
You know?
It has nothing to do with Teddy. It has nothing to do with Teddy. Just forget you ever saw the gentleman.
Forget?
Well, we never dreamed you'd be here.
Who is he?
He's Mr. Hoskins, an Adam Hoskins. That's all I really know about it. Oh, Martha, except he's a Methodist. A Methodist?
What's he doing here? What happened to him?
He died.
Okay. And Mark, follow the logic. Men just don't get into window seats and die.
No, dear, he died first.
Okay, but how? How did he die?
Mortimer, don't be so inquisitive. The gentleman died because he drank some wine with poison in it.
Okay, well, how did the poison get in the wine?
We put it in wine because it's less noticeable. When it's in tea, it has a distinct odor.
You put in the wine?
Yes, and then I put Mr. Hoskins in the window seat because Dr. Harper was coming for tea.
Oh, dear. You mean you knew what you had done and you didn't want Reverend Harper to see the body?
Well, not at tea, dear. That wouldn't be very nice.
It's first degree.
Now, Mortimer, you know all about it. Just forget about the gentleman. I do think that Martha and I are entitled to our little secrets.
Oh, yes, and don't tell Elaine.
No.
Oh, Abby, while I was out, I checked on Mrs. Schultz, and she was much better, but she would like for us to take Junior to the movies again.
Oh, yes, we must do that tomorrow or the next day.
Yes, but this time we choose where we want to go. I'm not letting Junior drag me into another one of those old scary pictures.
No, they oughtn't be allowed to make pictures like that just to frighten people.
Hello, city desk? Yeah, get me out. Al, hey, do you know who this is? That's right. Say, Al, I told you I was going before I left the office, remember? Where did I say? Uh-huh. And it would take me about 30 minutes to get to Brooklyn, right? What time you got? That's right. I must be here. No more to your drink. You're drinking. You're drinking. All right, Marty, it's time to wake up. All right. Oh, well, the night dream's a lot more real than they used to. All right, well, definitely a dream. And there's definitely not a body in the window seat. There's a body in the window seat. Hey, Abby and Martha, come in here.
What is it, dear?
What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
What are we going to do about what, dear?
Because there's a body in the window seat.
Yes, dear, Mr. Hoskins.
Oh, I know what his name is. I just don't know what we're going to do about it. I just can't hand you over to the police.
Well, one thing, stop being so excited about it.
Yes, it's what Penny said. flying off the handle like this.
But Mr. Hopkins,
Hoskins, dear.
whatever his name is, we just can't leave him there.
Well, we don't intend to, dear.
Oh, Teddy's downstairs digging the canal now.
You mean you're going to bury Mr. Hopkins in the cellar?
Well, that's what we did with the others.
Listen, Martha, you just can't go burying men in the cellar. It's just not done. It's just not the way. It's others.
The other gentlemen, dear.
When you say others, you mean others. More than one others?
Well, let me see now. This makes 11, doesn't it?
No, dear, this makes 12.
Oh, no, it's only 11, Abby.
No, dear. I remember when Mr. Hoskins first came in, it occurred to me he'd make an even dozen.
I don't think we should count the first one.
Well, I was counting the first one, and that makes 12.
She's probably right. Abby normally is. I get them all mixed up sometimes.
Hello? Al? Oh, it's good to hear your voice.
Well, anyway, dear, they're buried in the cellar.
Oh, shush! Oh, what? Oh, no, Al, I'm sober as a lark. Now, listen, Al, you gotta do something for me. Get a hold of George. He's got to cover the play tonight. I can't make it. Huh? No, Al, I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. Well, George has got to cover this play tonight. Now, listen, this is my department and I'm running it. Now, you get a hold of George. All right. Where were we? 12! 12! 12!
Yes, Abby thinks we should count the first one.
All right, well, tell me about the first one.
He was a Mr. Midgley. He was a Baptist.
But I still don't think we should hang him because he just died.
Martha means without any help from us. You see, Mr. Midgley came here looking for a room.
It was right after you moved to New York.
Yes, it seems such a shame to let that beautiful room go to waste when everyone needed it.
And he was such a lonely old man.
All his kids and kin were gone and left him so lonely and
We felt so
forlorn.
sorry for him.
Yes, and then when his heart attack came, and he died in his chair, looking so peaceful. Do you remember, Martha?
Yes.
We decided right then and there if we could help other lonely old men find that same peace, we would.
Huh. So he died right in this chair. I mean, how sorry, how awful, yes.
Oh, no. Why, it was rather like old times. You see, Father used to keep a cadaver or two lying around the house. You see, Teddy had been digging the Panama Canal down in the cellar. And he thought Mr. Midgley was a yellow fever victim.
Which meant he had to be buried right away.
So we all took him down to Panama and put him in the lock. So now you see why we told you not to worry about the thing because we know exactly what's to be done.
Okay, well, what about the other gentlemen? All 12 of them just walk in here and drop dead?
Oh dear.
Well?
Mortimer, did you remember those jars of poison on Grandfather's shelves in his laboratories?
Well, you remember your Aunt Martha's knack for mixing things. You've eaten enough of her pickling.
Yeah.
For a gallon of elderberry wine, I take a teaspoon of arsenic, a half a teaspoon of strychnine, and just a pinch of cyanide.
Huh. Should have quite a kick.
As a matter of fact, one of our children found the time to say how delicious.
He did? How nice of him. Wait.
Well, Abby, we mustn't stand around gossiping all night. We have things to do in the kitchen.
Yes, I do wish you
or two.
We're going to the theater tonight.
Oh, no! No, 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 no! No, we're not.
Well, why not?
Elaine! Something's come up.
Mortimer, you've lost your job?
No, I haven't lost my job. I'm just not covering that play tonight. Now, you run along home, Elaine.
What? No! You've got to be able to tell me. Certainly you can tell me what's going on.
No, dear. I can't.
But we're going to be married.
Married?
Have you forgotten that not 15 minutes ago you asked me to marry you?
I did? Oh, yes, yes. As far as I know, that's still a thing. Now, you run along home, Elaine. I've got something to do.
No, you can't propose to me one minute and then throw me out of the house the next.
But I'm not throwing you out of the house, dear. Now, will you get out of here?
No, not until I've had some kind of explanation.
Oh, no! Elaine! Elaine! Anywhere but here! Anywhere but here! Have a seat on the couch. The stairs, if you have to. Hello? Al! All right, hold on, will you? All right, it's important. Make it a hold on, can it? All right, hold on. Now look, Elaine. You're a sweet girl, and I love you very much. But I have something on my mind right now, and I need you to go home and wait until I call you. All right, dear, I'll call you up in a few days. Oh, Al, why do you have to call at a time like this? Oh. Oh, hello? Hello? Al, thanks for calling. Oh, Al.
That's the doorbell, dear.
Oh,
Hello?
I understand you got a room to rent.
Yes, please come in.
Are you the lady in the house?
Yes, I'm Miss Brewster, and this is my sister, another Miss Brewster.
My name is Gibbs.
Oh, nice to meet you. Please come in. Forgive us, we're just setting the table for dinner.
hello? City desk? Yeah, let me talk to Al again. Al! City desk! What? Oh, sorry, wrong number.
May I see the room, please?
Well, why don't you have a seat and let's get acquainted first?
Won't do much good if I don't like the room.
Is Brooklyn your home?
I don't have a home. Live in a hotel. Don't like it.
Hello, city desk?
Are your family Brooklyn people?
Haven't got a family.
Oh, all alone in the home?
That's right.
Well, small though. Just the right house. Please do sit down.
Hello? Al? Yeah, we got cut off. Look, I can't cover the play tonight. That's all there is to it. I can't.
Where do you attend church?
I'm a Presbyterian, or used to be.
Well, what's George doing in Bermuda? Oh, certainly I told him he could go to Bermuda. It's my department, isn't it? All right, well, you got to get somebody. Who else is around the office?
Is there always this much noise?
Oh, he doesn't live with us.
Well, what about the office boy? You know, the bright one. The one we don't like? All right, we'll look around the office. I'll hold on.
I'd really like to see the room.
It's upstairs. Why don't you try a glass of our wine before we start up?
Oh, never touch it.
Oh, we make it ourselves. Elderberry wine.
Elderberry wine. Well, I haven't tasted elderberry wine since I was a boy. Well, thank you.
Well, there must be some printers around. The guy who sets my copy, his name's Joe. He's the third machine from the left.
Do you have your own elderberry bushes?
Oh, no. But the cemetery is full of them.
No, I'm not drinking, but you've given me a good idea.
You serve meals.
Well, we may, but why don't you sip our wine first?
Oh, no, Mortimer.
Don't me, I'm nervous enough. Hey! You get out of here! Do you want to be poisoned? Do you want to be killed? Do you want to be murdered?
Now you've ruined everything.
You can't do things like that! I don't know how else to explain this to you. It's not only against the law, but it's wrong. And people wouldn't understand. He wouldn't understand. What I'm trying to say is this has become a very bad paying the hell of it. But listen to me out. You got to do something for me. All right? Get a hold of O'Brien, our lawyer from the legal department. Have him meet me at the theater. All right? All right, now don't let me down. All right, I'm starting now. All right. I've got to go to the theater. I can't get out. But before I go, will you promise me something?
We have to know what it is first.
Now, you know I love you both very much. And you know I'd do anything in the world for you, don't you?
Yes, dear.
Then I want you to do this one little thing for me. Like good girls.
What do you want us to do?
Don't do anything. And I mean, don't do anything. Don't let anyone in the house and leave Mr. Who's It right where he is. Oh, get up off that thing. I can't concentrate with that. Now, look, dear darlings. I mean, you don't want, I wouldn't want anything to happen to either of you.
But what on earth could happen to us?
Darling, well, you'll do that one little thing for me, won't you?
Well, we were going to hold services before dinner.
Services?
Well, certainly. You don't think we would bury Mr. Hoskins without a full Methodist funeral, do you?
Look, couldn't that wait till I get back?
Oh, then you could join us in the hymn.
Yes, darling. I'll sing with you, I'll dance with you, I'll do anything you want. But remember, don't let anyone in this house. All right, can I use this paper over here?
Yes.
I'll be back as soon as I can. There's just someone that I've got to see. All right, I can save some time if I write my review on the way to the theater.
Oh, Baltimore just didn't seem quite himself today.
No, it's only natural. I think I know why.
Oh, why?
Well, he's just become engaged to be married. I suppose that makes every man a little
Oh,
nervous.
isn't it so happy for Elaine?
Yes.
Oh, Abby, if Mortimer's joining us for services, we'll need another hymnal. I have one up in my room, and I'll go get it.
All right. You know, dear, it is my turn to read services for the services, but well, since you weren't here when Mr. Hoskins first came in, I want you to do it.
Oh, are you sure?
Oh, now it's only fair.
Oh, that's so kind of you.
I'll get it.
Oh, Abby, Mortimer said not to let anyone in.
What do you suppose it is?
I don't know. I'll look. It's two gentlemen, and I've never seen them before.
Sure.
And there's a car on the curb. They must have come in that.
Let me look.
Oh, do you recognize them?
They're strangers to me.
Oh, well, we'll just pretend we're not at home.
Come in, Doctor. This is the home of my youth. As a boy, I could not wait to escape from this place. But now I'm happy to escape back to it.
But yeah, Johnny, it's a fine hideout here.
The family must still live here. There's something so unmistakably Brewster about the Brewster. I hope there's a fatted calf awaiting the return of the prodigal.
But yeah, I'm hungry. Look, Johnny, drinks!
As if they were expecting us. It's a good omen.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Aunt Abby, Aunt Martha, it's Jonathan.
You get out of here!
I'm Jonathan, your nephew, Jonathan.
Oh, no, you're not. You're nothing like Johnson, so you just get out of here.
But I am Jonathan. And this is Dr. Einstein.
That's not Dr. Einstein either.
Not Albert Einstein. Dr. Herman Einstein.
Who are you? You're not our nephew Jonathan.
Oh, I see you're still wearing the lovely garnet ring that Grandmother Brewster bought in England. And Martha, still wearing the high collar to hide the scars from where Grandfather's acid burned you.
Oh, his voice is like Jonathan.
Have you been in an accident?
No. My face. I have Dr. Einstein to thank for that. He's a plastic surgeon. He changes people's faces.
Oh, I've seen that face before. Abby, remember when we went to the movies with the Schultz boy and I was so frightened? It was that face.
Johnny, 3 new faces. I give him a new one right away. This last face, I saw that picture too, just before I operated. I was a little intoxicated.
You see what you've done to me, Doctor? Even my family think I'm a monster.
Now, Johnny, you're home in this lovely house. How often he tells me about Brooklyn, about this house, about his ants that he loves so much. They know, Johnny. You know it, Jonathan. Speak to him. Tell him so.
Well, Jonathan, it's been a long time. What have you been doing?
Where have you been, Jonathan?
Oh, England, South Africa, Australia. The last 5 years, Chicago. Dr. Einstein and I happened to be in business there together.
Well, we went to Chicago for the World's Fair.
Papa, it was awfully warm in Chicago.
Yeah, it got hot for us too.
Well, it's lovely to be in Brooklyn again. And you, Abby, and Martha, you don't look a day older. Sweet, charming, and hospitable. How's younger brother Teddy doing? Did he ever get into politics? You see, Doctor, my younger brother he was determined to be president.
Teddy's fine. He's just fine. And Mortimer's fine, too.
I know about Mortimer. I've seen his face at the head of his column. He's evidently fulfilled all the promise of his early nasty nature.
We're very fond of Mortimer.
Well, it's been very nice seeing you again, Jonathan.
Bless you, Aunt Ma. It's good to be home again.
Well, come along, Martha. We mustn't let one on the stove boil over.
So if you'll excuse us, Jonathan, unless you have somewhere else you need to be.
Well, Johnny, where do we go from here? We got to think fast. The police, they got pictures of that face. I got to operate on it right away. Oh, we got to find some place for that. We got to find some place for Mr. Spinozzo, too.
Never mind that rat.
But we got a hot stick on our head.
Forget Spinozzo.
But Johnny, we can't leave a dead body in the rumble seat. Oh, you shouldn't have killed him just because he knows something about us. And what happens?
We go to him for help, and he tries to shake us down. Besides, he said I look like Frankenstein's monster. You did that to me, Doctor.
Now, Johnny, don't worry. We find a place somewhere. I fix you up quick.
Tonight.
Yes, tonight. But I have to eat first.
Jonathan, it was very nice for you to remember us and to come by to say hello. But you were never happy in this home, and we were never happy while you were in it. So we've come to say goodbye.
Aunt Abby, I can't tell you that your feeling toward me comes as a surprise, but my great disappointment is for Dr. Einstein. You see, I came over this way and I told him that no matter how fast we rushed through Brooklyn, that we would stop here for one of Aunt Martha's delicious home-cooked dinners.
Oh?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm afraid there wouldn't be enough.
Well, it is a good-sized pot roast.
Pot
Abby.
roast.
I think it's the least we can do.
Bless you, Aunt Martha. We'll stay for dinner.
Then we'll get things started in the kitchen. Jonathan, if you want to freshen up, why don't you use the washroom in Grandfather's old laboratory?
That's still there?
Oh, yes, just as he left it. Now, we'll get things started in the kitchen since we're all in a hurry.
Well, we get the meal anyway.
Grandfather's laboratory, Doctor. And just as it was, a perfect operating room.
Too bad we can't use it.
After you're finished with me, well, we'll make a fortune here. The large ward in the attic. 10 beds, Doctor. And Brooklyn is crying for your talents.
Take it easy, Johnny. Your aunts, they don't want you here.
We're here for dinner, aren't we?
Yeah, but after dinner?
Leave it to me, Doctor. I'll handle it. Why, this house will be our headquarters for years.
Oh, that would be beautiful, Johnny. This nice, quiet house. And those aunts of yours. What sweet ladies. I love them already. I get the bats, yeah?
Doctor, we must be invited first.
But you just said that.
Will be invited,
And if they say no,
Doctor, to helpless old ladies.
oh, it's like comes true. A beautiful dream. Only, I hope you're not dreaming. It's so peaceful.
Now that's what makes this house so perfect for us. It's so peaceful. Yes, aunties, those last 5 years in Chicago, busiest and happiest of my life.
And from Chicago, we go to South Bend, Indiana.
They wouldn't be interested in our experiences in Indiana.
Well, Jonathan, you've led a very interesting life, I'm sure, but we've allowed you to talk too long into the night, and I'm sure you must get to wherever it is that you're going.
Oh, my dear aunties, I'm so full of that delicious dinner, we could hardly move a muscle.
Yeah, it's nice here.
Well, it's getting late and we...
I found it! I found it!
What did you find, Teddy?
The story of my life! My biography! Let's see here. There's the picture I was telling you about, General. Right there. There's President Roosevelt and General Goggles at Calibre Cut. That's me, General, and that's you!
My, how I've changed.
Well, see, that picture hasn't even been taken yet. We haven't even started work on the Calibre Cut yet. We are still building the lock. And now, General, we must go to Panama and inspect the locks.
No, Teddy, not to Panama.
We go some other time. Panama's a long road.
Nonsense! It's just down the cellar.
The cellar.
We let him dig the Panama Canal in the cellar.
General, as President of the United States, Commander-in-Chief of the United States Army and Navy, and the man who gave you your job, I demand you come down to accompany me to inspect the lock at once.
Teddy, I think it's time you went to bed.
I beg your pardon. Who are you?
I'm Woodrow Wilson. Go to bed.
No, you're not Wilson. But you do look familiar. I've seen that face before. Perhaps not one I know now. Perhaps later on my trip to Africa. Yes, you look exactly like the kind of person I meet in the jungle.
Teddy, dear, perhaps that you should go to bed, dear. I'm sure Jonathan and his friend need to get to their hotel.
General Goggles, inspect the canal.
Okay, Mr. President, we go to Panama.
Bully, just bully! Follow me, old boy. Ah! It's down south, you know.
Well, bon voyage.
Aunt Abby, I must correct your misapprehension. You spoke of our hotel. We have no hotel. We came directly here.
Well, there's a very nice hotel about 3 blocks down
Hey, Martha, this is my home.
Well, we need our rooms, Jonathan.
You need them?
Well, yes, for our lodgers.
There are lodgers in this house?
Well, not right now, but we do expect some soon.
Then my room is still free.
Yes, but there'd be no room for Dr. Einstein.
He'll share the room with me.
No, Jonathan, you may not stay here.
Dr. Einstein and I need a place to sleep. If you remember from earlier, I could be very disagreeable and that
Well,
would
perhaps
not
we
be...
should let them spend one night, honey.
Well, for tonight, Jonathan.
Then it's settled. Please prepare my room.
It only needs airing out.
Yes, we keep it ready to show our lodgers. I'm sure you and Dr. Einstein will find it comfortable.
You know, you have a most distinguished guest in Dr. Einstein. I'm afraid you don't appreciate his skill, but you will. In a few weeks, you'll see me looking like a very different Jonathan.
Oh, he cannot operate on you here.
When Dr. Einstein and I get settled, when we resume our practice, oh, forgot to tell you. We're turning Grandfather's laboratory into an operating room. We expect to be very busy.
No, Jonathan, you may not turn this house into a hospital.
Hospital! I was thinking more like a beauty parlor.
Shorty, down in the center, there's...
Dr. Einstein, my dear aunts have invited us to live with them.
Oh, you fixed it?
Well, you're staying here for tonight.
Please prepare our room immediately.
For tonight, Jonathan. Well,
Shorty, when I go down in the center, what do you think I find?
What?
The Panama Canal.
The Panama Canal.
It just fits Mr. Spinozzo. It's a whole teddy tub, 6 feet long and 4 feet wide. Down there, you'd think they knew we were bringing Mr. Spinozzo along. Now that's hospitality.
Quite a good joke played on my aunts. They're living in a house with a body buried in the cellar.
How do we get him in?
Yes, we can't walk him through the front door. We'll drive the car between the house and the cemetery, and when they've all gone to bed, we'll bring Mr. Spinozzo through the window.
A bed. Just think. We get a bed tonight.
Easy, Doctor. Remember, you're operating tomorrow, and this time, you better be sober.
I fix you up beautiful.
And if you don't,
Jonathan, your room is ready.
then you two run along to bed. We're moving the car up behind the house.
Oh, no, it can stay right where it is until the morning.
I don't want to leave it in the street. It might be against the law.
Abby, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Well, we're not going to let them stay here for more than one night, that's for certain. What would the neighbors think? People coming with one face and leaving with another.
What are we going to do about Mr. Hoskins?
Oh, Mr. Hoskins. Oh, must not be very comfortable for him in there. Oh, and he's been so patient. Well, I think when Teddy comes up, we should have to go down to Panama right away.
And I will not invite Jonathan to the services.
No, we'll wait till he goes to bed and then come down.
Ah, General Goggles was quite pleased. He says the canal is just the right size. Ha ha!
Teddy dear, there's been another yellow fever victim.
Oh, wait, this will be quite a shock to the general.
Well, then we mustn't tell him.
Mustn't tell him. Madam, this is his department.
Oh, but it would ruin his visit.
Ladies, I sympathize, really, but it's out of my hands. He must be told Army regulations, don't you know?
But we must keep it a secret.
Like a state secret?
Promise?
You have my word as President of the United States of America. Cross my heart, hope to die. Now, ladies, how shall we keep this a secret?
Oh, well, Teddy, come along. Now, you run along back downstairs. And tonight, when I've turned off the lights, when everything is dark, you come back upstairs and take the poor gentleman back to Panama.
Right! Well, where is the poor devil?
Oh, he's in the window seat.
Oh, must be spreading. Never had yellow fever there before.
Now, Martha, when Jonathan gets back, let's see if we can convince him to go to bed right away.
Yes, and by the time they're asleep, we'll be dressed and ready for the funeral.
Yes.
Oh, Abby, I just realized I've never even seen Mr. Hoskins.
Oh, that's right. You were out when he first came. Well, dear, you just come and take a look at him right now. He's really quite good looking, considering he's a Methodist.
We're bringing our luggage through here.
Jonathan, your room is ready.
I'm afraid we don't keep Brooklyn hours, but you two run along to bed.
Well, now I know you both must be very tired, and we don't go to bed this early.
Well, maybe you should. It's about time I've come home to take care of you.
But we have decision if we need to.
Aunt Martha, did you hear me say go to bed? Now then, the equipment can go to the laboratory. We're all going to bed now.
I'll turn out the lights.
Up one flight, Doctor. Run along, Martha. All right, Aunt Tabby, turn out the light.
I'll be right up.
Now, Aunt Tabby, turn out the lights. I'll get the window open. You go around, hand him through.
Oh, no, he's too heavy for me. You go outside and push. I stay here and pull. And together, we take him down to Panama.
All right. We have to work fast. I'll take a look around outside. When I tap on the glass, open the window.
All right, Johnny. Here. Who left this open? Don't cough. Damn it. Johnny. All right. Hey, you. Wait. You lost the leg somewhere. All right. I got it. No, I don't. This was me, Johnny. I slipped.
Be more careful.
Wait, his shoe came off. Oh, somebody at the door. Go quickly. I manage here.
Miss Abby? Miss Martha? Miss Martha? Teddy, is that you? Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Elaine Harper. I live next door.
Then what are you doing here?
I came over to see Miss Abby and Miss Martha.
Turn on the lights, Doctor. You chose a rather untimely moment for a social call.
I think you better explain what you're doing here.
We happen to live here.
You don't live here. I'm in this house every single day, and I've never seen you before. Where are Miss Abby and Miss Martha? What have you done with them?
Perhaps we should introduce ourselves. This is Dr. Einstein, a surgeon of great distinction and somewhat of a magician.
Dr. Einstein? And I suppose you're going to tell me that you're Frankenstein?
I'm Jonathan Brewster.
Oh, you're Jonathan.
I see that you've heard of me.
Yes, but just this afternoon for the first time.
What do they say about me?
Just that there was another brother named Jonathan. That's all that was said. Well, that explains everything. Now that I know who you are, I'll be going now. If you'll please unlock the door.
That explains everything? Just what do you mean by that, coming in here this time of
Well,
night?
I thought I saw a prowler. I suppose that was you.
You saw someone prowling around the house?
Yes, wasn't that you? Isn't that your car?
You saw someone at the car?
Yes.
What else did you see?
Just someone walking around the house to the car.
What else did you see?
Just that, that's all. I thought there was a prowler, so I was going to tell Miss Abby to call the police, but if it was just you and that's just your car, then I don't need to bother Miss Abby, and I'll just be going.
I think you're lying.
I think she tells the truth.
I think she's lying. Sneaking in here this time of night. She's dangerous and shouldn't be allowed around here.
It's gonna be a private funeral, boys.
Teddy, tell these men who I am.
That's my daughter, Alice.
Oh, no, Teddy, no.
Now, Alice, don't be a tomboy. Don't play rough with the gentleman. Charge!
Doctor, the cellar.
Get your hands
your room.
Oh, we'll call the police.
We've already called the police. We're ambulance. Go back to your room. Do you hear me?
Oh, Mortimer, where have you been?
To the Norway Theater, I should have known better. My God, I'm still there.
This is your brother Jonathan. That's Dr. Einstein.
I've come.
Well, I know this isn't a nightmare, but what is this?
I said I've come home, Mortimer.
Who did you say this was again? It's your brother Jonathan. He's had his face changed and Dr. Einstein performed the operation.
Jonathan, you always were a whore, but do you have to look like one?
Easy, Johnny. Mortimer, do you remember what I used to do to you when we were boys? When I tied you to the bedpost, stuck the needles under your fingernails?
My God, it is John. Yes, I remember. I remember you being the most detestable, vicious, venomous woman in my life I ever knew.
Stop! Don't you two start fighting the minute you just seen each other.
There won't be any fighting, Aunt Abby. Jonathan, you're not wanted here. Get out.
Dr. Einstein and I have been invited to stay.
Oh, no, not in this house.
Well, just for tonight.
I don't want him anywhere near me.
We did invite him to spend the night, and it wouldn't be very nice to go back on our road.
All right, tonight. But in the morning, out. And where are they sleeping?
We put them in Jonathan's old room.
Oh, no, that's my old room. I'm sleeping in that room. I'm here to stay.
Oh, Mortimer, I'm so glad.
Johnny, we sleep down here.
Oh, no, you're not sleeping down here tonight.
Miss Brewster, we don't take up much room. I can sleep in the chair, and Johnny can sleep on the
The
window.
window seat! Certainly not the window seat! I'm going to sleep in the room, down here, and on the window seat! Now listen, Jonathan, be a good fellow. Here's $10. You can go out and hunt yourself a hotel.
Mortimer, you know what I do to people who try to order meals.
Come along, Johnny. We get our things out of the room, eh? You know, Johnny, all this argument, it makes me think about Mr. Spinozzo.
Spinozzo. You know, Doctor, I've completely lost track of Mr. Spinozzo.
Oh, no, come on. Who is this Mr. Spinozzo?
Oh, just a friend of ours Johnny's been looking for.
Oh, come on, don't bring anyone else in here. Come on, now beat it, both of you.
It's all right, Johnny. While we pack, I tell you all about it.
I'm coming, Doctor. And you, Mortimer, I'll take care of you in just a little while.
Oh, what's the matter,
He's
dear?
almost been killed.
Oh, you've almost been... Oh, Abby, Martha!
No, it was Jonathan.
They mistook her for a sneak thief.
No, it was more than that. He's some kind of maniac. Mortimer, I'm afraid of him.
Oh, dear, you're trembling. Oh, have a seat. Do you have any smelling salts?
No, but how about some hot tea or coffee?
Coffee, and make some for me, too. And some sandwiches. I haven't had any dinner.
Yes, and that Martha, we can leave our hymn books in our house down here now.
Were you two going somewhere? I mean, do you know what time it is? It's after 12. 12? Elaine, you have got to go home!
What? Well, you just wanted sandwiches and coffee one minute.
Yes, we were going to celebrate your engagement, don't you remember? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make you both a nice meal, and then we'll open a bottle of wine.
Okay. Oh. Hey, Martha, no wine.
Mortimer, what is going on in this house?
What do you mean, what's going on in this house?
We were supposed to go to dinner in the theater tonight. You called it off. You asked me to marry you. I said yes, and not 5 minutes later, you were chasing me out of the house. And now tonight, after your brother has tried to strangle me, you're trying to send me home. Now, before I go home, Mr. Brewster, I want an answer from you. Do you love me?
Elaine, I love you very much. I love you so much, in fact, that I can't marry you.
Have you suddenly gone crazy?
I don't know, but it's just a matter of time. See, insanity runs in my family. It practically gallops. And that's why can't marry you, darling.
Just because Teddy's a little strange doesn't mean...
No, it goes way beyond Teddy. This goes back to the first Brewster, the one who came over on the Mayflower. You know how the Indians used to scout the settlers? Well, he used to scout the Indians.
Oh, Mortimer, that's ancient history.
No, it's the whole thing. Take my grandfather, for instance. He used his patent medicines out on dead people to make sure that he wouldn't kill them.
Well, he wasn't so crazy. He made a fortune.
Dead people, Elaine. Already dead. And then there's Jonathan. You said he's a maniac and he tried to kill you.
But he's your brother, not you. I'm in love with you.
And then there's Teddy. He's upstairs playing with toy boats and blowing his bugle because he thinks he's Teddy Roosevelt. No, dear. No Brewster should marry. I realize now, if I had met my father in time, I would have stopped him.
This proves that you're crazy. Just look at your aunts. They're roosters and the sanest, sweetest people I've ever known.
Even they have their peculiarities.
Yes, well, what wonderful peculiarities. Kindness, human sympathy, generosity.
There's another one!
Of course there's more, Mortimer. There's nothing you can't tell me about your aunts.
And I'm not going to. Elaine, you have got to go home. Something dead serious, just serious, not dead, has just come up.
What could have possibly come up? We're here alone together.
I know I'm acting irrationally, dear, but just put it down to the fact that I'm a mad Brewster.
If you think you can get rid of me by acting insane, you're crazy. Maybe you're not going to marry me, but I'm going to marry you. No, you don't.
Well, then if you love me, then you will get out of here.
Mortimer, can't you at least walk me home? I'm afraid.
Afraid? I mean, a little walk through the cemetery? Come on.
Will you at least give me a kiss goodnight?
Of course, dear. All right, dear, I'll call you up in a few days. Abby and Martha, come in here.
We'll be in a minute, dear.
Come in here now.
Yes, dear, what is it? Oh, where's he been?
Thought I told you not to let anyone in the house while I was gone.
Well, Jonathan just...
I don't mean Jonathan.
Well, Dr. Einstein...
And I don't mean Dr. Einstein either. Who's that in the window seat?
We told you, Mr. Hoskins.
That is not Mr. Hoskins.
Well, who could that be?
Are you trying to tell me you've never seen this man before?
Oh, I most certainly am. Well, that's a fine how you do. It's getting so anyone thinks they can just walk into this house.
Now, Abby, don't try to get out of this. That's another one of your gentlemen.
Mortimer, how can you say such a thing? Why, that man is an imposter. And if he thinks he's come into our home to be buried in our cellar, he's mistaken.
Now, you admitted to me that you put Mr. Hoskins in the window seat.
Yes, I did.
Well, this man couldn't have got the idea, look, from Mr. Hoskins.
No.
And where is Mr. Hoskins?
Well, he must have gone to Panama.
You buried him?
No, not yet. He's just down there waiting for services, the poor dear. We haven't had a minute with Jonathan in the house. Oh, we've always wanted to hold a double funeral. But I refuse to read services over a total stranger.
A stranger? And how can I believe you? There are 12 men down in the cellar that you admit you poisoned.
Yes, I did. But you don't think I'd stoop to telling a fib? Martha, what is it
Jonathan.
It may interest you, Mortimer, that I've decided we're staying, and also decided that you're leaving, and I mean now.
Listen, handsome. I'm in no mood to debate the questions. Are you getting out, or am I throwing you out on your ear?
I've got a strange light, Mortimer.
Martha, you just come right along and you just look at that window.
No, no. Hey, Abby, we cannot let Jonathan know what's in the window seat. If he knows what's in the window seat, he's gonna... Jonathan, you're my brother. You're a Brewster. So I'm giving you a chance to get out of here and take the evidence with you. You can't ask for more than that. All right? Then I'll have to call the police.
Don't reach for that telephone, Mortimer. Remember, what happened to Mr. Spinalzo can happen to you.
Spinalzo?
I knew he was a foreigner.
Put down the telephone, Mortimer.
Oh, Officer O'Hara, is there something we can do for you?
Hello, Miss Brewster. Well, I saw your lights on and I thought there might be sickness in the house. Oh, but I see you got company, so I'll be on my way.
Oh, no. Come right in.
Come right in, Officer O'Hara. This is our nephew, Mortimer.
Oh, pleased to meet you.
Yes, and this is another nephew.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. Well, it must be nice having your nephews visiting. Are they staying for a bit?
I'm staying. My brother Jonathan was just leaving.
Hey, I know you. Your face sure looks familiar. Perhaps I've seen a picture of you somewhere?
I don't think so.
Yes, Jonathan, I'd hurry if I were you. Your things are all packed up, aren't they?
You're wanting to say your goodbyes. I'll be on my way.
No, we were just having a cup of coffee. My brother Jonathan, he was just leaving. Have a seat.
Yes, and I'll make some sandwiches.
Well, your brother certainly reminds me of someone.
Oh, yeah? Oh, it reminds me of something you've seen in a horror movie.
Oh, well, no, I never see movies. I hate them. My mother says movies ain't real acting.
Oh, your mother said that, huh?
Yeah, my mother was an actress. Well, a stage actress. Oh, perhaps you heard of her. Name's Peaches Latour.
Sounds like a name I've seen in a program. What did she play?
Well, her big hit was Mutt and Jeff. Played it for 3 years. I was born on tour, the 3rd season.
You were?
Yep, Sioux City, Iowa. I was born backstage in the dressing room at the end of the 2nd act. And Mother made the finale.
What a truth. You know, there must be a good story in your mother. I write about the theater.
You do? Seth, you're not Mortimer Brewster, the dramatic critic.
Yes?
Oh, well, I am certainly glad to meet you. Wow. Oh, hey, that's a nice show. So, you and me, Mr. Brewster, we're in the same line of business.
We are?
Yes, I'm a playwright. Oh, well, this being on the police force, it's just temporary.
Uh-huh. And how long have you been on the force?
12 years. I'm collecting material for a play.
I'll bet it's a honey.
Well, it ought to be. With all the drama I see go on as a cop. Mr. Brewster, you got no idea what goes on in Brooklyn.
I think I have.
Well, what time you got?
10 after 1.
Oh, gee, I gotta ring in.
Oh, wait a minute, O'Hara, on that play of yours, I might be able to help you.
You what? Oh, gee, it was big by walking in your own. I can tell you the crowd.
Okay. Oh, good, you're on your way, huh? You haven't much time, you know.
Jonathan, are you leaving? Well, goodbye. Goodbye, Dr. Einstein. Oh, doesn't this case belong to you?
Yes, Jonathan, you can't go without all your things. Well, O'Hara, it was nice meeting you. We'll get together soon. We'll talk about your play.
I'm not leaving now, Mr. Brewster.
Why not?
You just offered to help me write my play, didn't you? You and me, we're gonna write a play together.
Oh, I can't do that, O'Hara. I'm not a creative writer.
I'll do the creating, you just put the words to it.
But O'Hara...
No, sir, Mr. Brewster. I am not leaving until I tell you the plot.
In that case, Mortimer, we'll be running along.
Don't try that. You can't go yet. You've got to take everything with you, you know. Listen, O'Hara, be a good fellow. My brother Jonathan, he was just
I
leaving.
can wait. I've been waiting for 12 years.
I'm sorry I took so long.
Don't bring that in here. O'Hara, will you join us for a bite in the kitchen?
The kitchen.
Jonathan is leaving.
Oh, that's nice. Come along with me, Officer O'Hara.
Are you sure you don't mind eating in the kitchen?
Where else would you eat?
Goodbye, Jonathan. Nice to have seen you again.
Glad you came back to Brooklyn, Jonathan, because it gives me a chance to throw you out. And the first one out is your boyfriend, Mr. Spinalzo.
Hey, Mr. Brewster, we can talk in here.
I'll be right in, co-writer. All right, now beat it, all 3 of you.
Doctor, this affair between my brother and me has got to be settled.
Johnny, please. We got enough enough trouble. Your brother gives us a chance to get away. What more could you ask?
You don't understand. This goes back a good many years.
Come on, Johnny, let's get going.
We're not going. We're going to sleep right here tonight.
The coffee in the kitchen, and Mr. Spinazzo in the window seat.
That's all he's got on us. We'll take Spinazzo down, dump him in the bay, and we're coming right back here. And if he tries to interfere...
Oh, Johnny, we go.
Doctor, you know when I make up my mind.
Yeah, when you make up your mind, you lose your head. Brooklyn's not a good place for you.
Doctor...
All right, we gotta stick together. Someday we may get stuck together. But if we're coming back here, do we have to take these?
No. Hide them in the cellar. Move fast. Spinazzo can go out the same way he came in.
Johnny, come quickly.
What is it?
You know that hole down in the cellar?
Yes.
We got an ace in the hole. Come on, I show you.
I thought I told you to leave. Jonathan! Jonathan! Jonathan!
Yes, Mortimer.
Where have you been? I thought I told you to get out.
We're not going.
You're not, are you? You think I'm not serious about this. You want Officer O'Hara to know what's in the window seat?
We're staying right here tonight.
All right, you asked for it. This gets me rid of you and Officer O'Hara at the same time. Officer O'Hara, when you come in here.
If you tell O'Hara what's in the window seat, I'll tell him what's in the cellar.
The cellar?
Yes. There's an elderly gentleman down there who seems to be very dead.
What were you doing down in the cellar?
What's he doing down in the cellar?
Hey, Mr. Rooster, your aunts want to hear too. Shall I get them in here?
Oh, no, not now, O'Hara. I mean, you've got to ring in.
No, the hell with ringing in. I'll just get them in here and I'll tell you the plot.
Oh, not in front of all these people. We'll get together alone, someplace later.
Well, how about the back room at Kelly's?
Fine. You go ring in and I'll meet you at Kelly's.
Why don't you two go down in the cellar?
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, no, why would we go down to the cellar? So dark, dreary, dead. No, you go ring in, I'll meet you at Kelly's.
All right, well, it'll only take a couple of minutes.
I'll ditch this guy and be back in 5 minutes. When I get back, I expect you to be gone. No, wait for me.
We'll wait for him, Doctor. I've waited a good many years for a chance like this.
We got him right where we want him. Oh, did he look guilty?
Take the bags back to our room, Doctor.
Have they left? Oh, we thought we heard someone leave.
Just Mortimer. We'll be back in a few minutes. Is there anything left in the kitchen? I think Dr. Einstein and I would enjoy a bite.
I don't think you would have time. No, if you're still here when Mortimer comes back, he won't like it.
Oh, he'll like it. He's going to like it.
Fix us something to eat while we bury Mr. Spinazzo in the cellar.
Oh, no! No, Jonathan, you must take him with you.
Yes, there's a friend of Mortimer's down there waiting on him.
Friend of Mortimer's?
Yes, he and Spinazzo will get along fine together. They're both dead.
He must be Mr. Hoskins.
Mr. Hoskins?
You know about what's downstairs?
Well, of course we do. And he's no friend of Mortimer's. Mr. Hoskins is one of our gentlemen.
Your gentleman?
Yes, and we don't want any strangers buried in our cellar.
But Mr. Hoskins...
Mr. Hoskins is not a stranger. And besides, there's no room for Mr. Spinazzo. The cellar is crowded already.
Crowded? With what?
There are 12 graves down there now.
12 graves?
So that leaves very little room, and we're going to need it.
So you're saying that you and Martha have murdered...
Murdered? Oh, certainly not. Why, what we are doing is a charity. What we're doing is a mercy. So you just take your Mr. Spinazzo and take him out of here.
You two have done all of that here in this house and buried them down
Johnny, we've been chased all over the world, but those two stay here, right here in Brooklyn, and they do just as good as you do.
What?
They've got 12, and you've got 12.
I've got 13.
No, Johnny, 12.
13. There's Spinauzo, the first one in London, 2 in Johannesburg, 1 in Sydney, 1 in Melbourne, 2 in San Francisco, 1 in Phoenix, Arizona,
Phoenix?
the filling station, and 3 more in Chicago and 1 in South Bend. That makes 13.
But you can't count the one in South Bend, Johnny. He died of pneumonia.
He wouldn't have died from pneumonia if I wouldn't have shot him first.
No, Johnny, he died of pneumonia. He don't count.
He counts with me, I say 13.
Johnny, quit bragging. You've got 12, and they've got 12. The old ladies are just as good as you.
Oh, they are they? Well, that's easily taken care of. Because all I need is just one more. Just one more.
Well, here I am.
Do that.
Please, go back upstairs where you belong.
Abby, Martha, go upstairs.
You might as well stop doing what you're doing, because it just has to be our job.
I'm telling you, we won't have it. You better stop.
All right? You'll find out. You'll find out whose house this is.
I'm warning you, you had better stop what you're doing. Oh, it's a terrible thing if they're going to do. Put a good Methodist in with a foreigner.
Abby,
You want her to come back yet?
no, and I will not have our cellar desecrated. I don't know where he is, but I know he's doing something, because I heard him tell Jonathan, you just wait, I'll settle this.
Well, we can't very well settle while he's out of this house. That's all we want settled. What's going on down there?
All right, where's Teddy?
Mortimer, where have you been?
I've been over to Dr. Gilchrist. I got his signature on Teddy's commitment papers.
Mortimer, what is the matter with you?
Running around getting papers signed at a time like this?
Do you know what Jonathan is doing?
He's getting ready to put Mr. Spinauzo and Mr. Hoskinson together.
Oh, he is he? Well, let him. Is Teddy in his room?
Teddy will be no help.
Once Teddy signs these, I can tackle Jonathan.
What have they got to do with it?
You had to go and tell Jonathan about those 12 graders. Now, if I make Teddy responsible for those, I could protect you. I mean, don't you see?
No, I don't see. And we pay taxes for the police to protect us.
I'll be right back.
Come along, Martha, we're going to the police.
The police? I mean, you can't go to the police.
Why not?
Because you can tell the police about Mr. Spinauzo, they'll find Mr. Hoskins too. And that might make them curious. And then they'll find about your other 12 gentlemen.
Now, Mortimer, we know the police better than you do. I think if we ask them not to interfere in our personal affairs, they won't.
But if they find your other 12 gentlemen, I mean, they'll have to report to headquarters.
Oh, I don't think they'd bother. They'd have to make a very long report, and if there's one thing the police don't like to do, is to write.
I mean, well, you can't depend on that. It might leak out. And you can't expect a judge and jury to understand.
Judge Coleman would understand.
We know him very well.
Yes, he comes to church and prays. Just before elections.
Yes, and he's promised to come for tea someday.
Oh, Abby, we need to speak to him about that. His wife died a few years ago and he's been ever so lonely.
Come along, dear.
No! You can't do this. You can't leave this house. And you can't have Judge Coleman get tea.
Well, if you're not going to do something about Mr. Spinauzo, we are.
I am going to do something about it. We may have to call the police in later, but if we do, I want to be ready for them.
We've got to get Jonathan out of this house.
And Mr. Spinauzo, too.
Would you please let me do this my own way? I to see Teddy.
Jonathan, Mortimer, if they're not out of this house by morning, we will go to the police.
They'll be out. I promise you that. Now go to bed, will you? For God's sakes, get out of those clothes. You look like a double blackout.
Abby, I'm relieved. Aren't
It's all done. Did I hear Mortimer?
Well, it'll just have to be undone. You'll all be out of this house by morning. Mortimer's promised.
Oh, we are we?
Yes.
Well, then you two run along to bed and have a pleasant night's sleep.
Come along, Abby. Good night, Jonathan. Goodbye. By the time we're up in the morning, you'll be out of this house. Mortimer has promised.
And he has a way of doing it.
Then Mortimer is back.
Yes, he's upstairs talking to Teddy now. Goodbye, Jonathan. Yes, goodbye.
Perhaps you should say goodbye to Mortimer.
Oh, you'll see Mortimer.
Yes, I'll see Mortimer.
Oh. Well, that's all fixed up. Smooth like a lick. Nobody'd ever know they were down there. Oh, that bed feels good already. 48 hours didn't sleep. Come along, Johnny. Let's go up, yes?
You're forgetting, Doctor.
What?
My brother, Mortimer.
Johnny, not tonight. We do that tomorrow or the next day.
Yes, tonight.
Johnny, please, I'm tired. And tomorrow, I got to operate.
Oh, you're operating tomorrow, Doctor. But tonight, we take care of Mortimer.
No, Johnny, not tonight. We got to
Doctor, you see that it has to be done, can't you?
Yeah, Johnny, I can see. I know that look.
It's too late for you to dissolve our partnership.
Okay, we do it. But the quick way, the quick twist, like in London.
No, Doctor. I was thinking of something more special. Perhaps more like the Melbourne method.
Johnny, no, not that. Oh, 2 hours. And when it was all over, what? The fellow in London was just as dead as the fellow in Melbourne.
We had to work too fast in London. Besides, there was no aesthetic satisfaction in it. But Melbourne, now that was something to remember.
Remember? Girl, I wish I didn't. No, Johnny, no, not Melbourne, not me.
Yes, where are the instruments?
I won't do it, Johnny. I
Get
won't do it.
your instruments!
No, Johnny.
Where are they? Oh, yes. You hid them in the cellar. Where?
I won't tell you.
I'll find them, Doctor.
Oh, don't do that, Mr. President.
But I cannot make a proclamation without calling a cabinet meeting.
But this must be a secret.
A secret proclamation? How unusual.
Yes. Oh, it's the only way we can arch about the other fellow.
Who's the other fellow?
That's the secret.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, if it's a secret proclamation, it must be signed in secret.
Oh, of course, Mr. President.
I'll be right back and put on my signing clothes.
Oh.
You go now, eh?
Not now, Doctor. I'm waiting for something very, very important.
Oh, please, you go now.
Now, Doctor, I have nothing against you personally. Just do yourself a favor. Get out of this house and run as far away as possible.
I'm warning you. Get away quick.
Oh, things are going to start popping around here any minute.
Listen, Johnny's in a bad mood. And when he's like this, he's a madman. Things happen. Terrible things.
Johnny doesn't worry me now.
Oh, Himmel! Don't those plays you see teach you anything?
About what?
Well, these people in plays act like they got sense. That's more than you do.
Oh, you think people in plays act intelligently, do you? I wish I got to see some of the ones that I got to see, Doctor. You know what? Take the little opus I saw tonight, for instance. In the play, there's this man. He's supposed to be bright. He knows he's in a house full of murderers. He knows he's in danger. I mean, he's even been warned to get out of the house. But does he go? No. He stays right where he is. And I'll ask you, Doctor, is that what an intelligent person would do?
You're asking me.
I mean, he doesn't even have sense to be frightened, to be on his guard. I mean, for instance, the murderer invites him to sit down.
Oh, you mean Won't you sit down?
Well, believe it or not, that was in there too.
And what did he do?
He sits down! Now, mind you, this fellow's supposed to be bright, but there he sits, just waiting to be trussed up. And what do you suppose they use to tie him up with? What? The curtain cord.
Well, why not? Good idea. Very convenient.
A little too convenient, Doctor? Oh my gosh, when are playwrights gonna start using some imagination? The curtain cord!
He didn't seem to get it.
See him! He just sat there with his back to it. All he has to do is look around. But does he? No, because in a play or a movie, for that matter, nobody sees or hears anything. And that's the kind of stuff I have to put up with night after night after night. It's exhausting, Doctor. But there he sits, your bright gentleman, just waiting to be trussed up and gagged. Oh, the big dope.
You were right about that fella. He wasn't very bright.
Now, Mortimer, if you don't mind, we'll finish the story. Yes, I've been away 20 years, my dear brother, and never once in all of that time were you ever out of my mind. Yes, I dreamt of you in Melbourne. And when I landed in San Francisco, I had this strange satisfaction that once again, you and I were in the same country together again. Now, Doctor, we get to work.
Johnny, please, for me, the quick way.
Doctor, this must really be an artistic achievement. After all, we're performing before a most distinguished dramatic critic.
Johnny.
Doctor,
All right, let's get it over with. I gotta have a drink. I can't do this without a drink.
Doctor, pull yourself together.
I gotta have a drink. When we walked in here this afternoon, there was wine here. Where did she put it? We got a drink. It's not much, but I split it with you. We both need a drink.
Where are our manners? Yes, Mortimer, now I realize it was you who brought me back to Brooklyn. Doctor, to my dear, dead brother. That's me! He goes next, that's all! He goes next!
Not Teddy, that's where I stop. Not Teddy.
We'll get to him later.
Not Teddy, we don't get to him at all.
Now we've got to work fast.
The quick way, Adrian.
Yes, Doctor, the quick way.
Hey! The colonel has to quit blowing that horn!
It's okay, officer. We're taking the bugle away from
No,
him.
there's gonna be hell to pay in the morning. We told the neighbors he wouldn't do that anymore.
Officer O'Hara will take care of it. Good night.
No, I better talk to him myself. Hey! You stood me up! I waited an hour accounting for you! Hey, what happened to him?
Oh, he was just explaining the play he saw tonight, and that's what happened to the poor man in the play.
That's what happened in the play you saw tonight? Oh, well, how do you like that? They practically stole that from the second act of my play. You know, when the second act right before. Well, maybe I better start back at the beginning. It starts out in my mother's dressing room, where I was born. Only I ain't born yet. Oh, you want me to get that out? No, wait! You gotta hear the plot first! Okay, so my mother's sitting there making up, you see? And then through the door, a man with a black mustache walks in. He turns to my mother and says, Miss Latour, will you marry me? You don't know she's pregnant. And there she is, breaks out in fire. The whole place is an inferno. Oh, fire everywhere, run. Oh, what an effect. And then, through the broken window, rush the firemen. And who do you think is leading them? But Mayor Fiorello LaGuardia! That's good stuff. Hey, remember who paid for that. Go easy on it.
Well, I'm listening, ain't I?
Oh, well, how do you like it so far? What's the matter with this guy?
Your play probably put him to sleep, huh? I personally like him very much.
It's probably over his head.
Yes.
Where have I seen this face before?
No place.
Well, the scene changes. It's an evolving stage. So there I am, walking my beat down Staten Island 46th Precinct, when a guy I'm following turns out he's really following me. No, don't answer. So I figure out smart. There's an abandoned house in the corner, and I go see. It's corpse! I stand there, and I see the door handle turn.
It's corpse! Corpse!
I grabs my gun, I braces myself against the wall, and I says, "Come here."
Oh, what the Sam Hill's going on in here?
Hey, Sandra, this is Mortimer Brewster. What do you think? He's helped me write my play.
Did you have to tie him up to make him listen?
Oh, Harry, you better report it to the station. Why didn't you ring in? You got the whole force out looking for you.
Right in the middle of my second act? Did they send you guys out here looking for me?
We didn't know where he was.
No, we came to tell the old ladies there's a devil to pay. They kind of blew that bugle again.
From the way the neighbors have been calling you, think the Germans have dropped a bomb on Flatbush Avenue.
Oh, the lieutenant's on the warpath says the colonel's got to be put away someplace.
Oh, yes. Well, gee, Mr. Brewster, I gotta go ring in, so let me run through the third act real quick.
Oh, stay away from me.
Say, do you know what time it is? It's after 8 in the morning.
It is? Oh, gee, Mr. Brewster, I know those first two acts run a little long, but I don't see anything we could leave out.
Oh, you can leave it all out. Who the heck is this?
Oh, that's my brother.
Oh, the one who ran away, so he came back.
Yes, he came back.
Yes, this is Brophy. Get me Mac. Mac, you can tell the lieutenant to call off the great big manhunt. We found him. Yeah, we got him over at the Brewster place. You want we should bring him in? All right, we'll hold him right here. All right, fellas, lieutenant's on his way over. So I've been turned in, eh?
All right, you got me.
All right.
And I suppose you and that stew pigeon brother of mine will split the reward.
Reward?
Well, now that I've been turned in, I've got some turning in to do. You think my aunts are sweet old ladies, do you? Well, there are 13 bodies buried in the cellar.
Oh, Teddy! What are you talking about?
Now, you be careful what you say about your aunts. They happen to be friends of mine.
I'll prove it to you. I'll show you. Come to the cellar with me.
Wait a minute.
You don't want to see what's in the cellar?
Go down in the cellar with him, eh?
I don't think I want to, Sarge. Look at his face. He looks like Frankenstein. What the heck was that all about?
Come in.
What have you been doing here? I told you I was going to take care of it.
Well, sir, we was just about.
You put up a fight? No, this is not the one who blows the bugle. This is his brother. He tried to kill Klein.
All I said was he looked like Frankenstein.
Turn him over. Kind of think he's wanted somewhere.
Oh, you kind of think he's wanted somewhere? Exactly, he's wanted in Indiana. He escaped from a mental institution. For crying out loud, there's something described him looking like Frankenstein or Boris Karloff.
Was there a war adventure?
Yeah, and I'm the one claiming it.
Trying to get us to go down in the cellar with him.
He says there's 13 bodies down there.
13 bodies buried in the cellar. And they didn't tip you off from a nut house.
Well, I thought all along he talked a little crazy.
Well, if it isn't Shakespeare, where you been all night? Don't bother telling
I've
me.
been right here, so writing the play with Mortimer Brewster.
Well, you're gonna have plenty of time to write that play because you're suspended. Get back to the station and report in.
Do you think I could come over sometime and use the station typewriter?
No, get out of here! See if you can get him to come to and get some information out about his accomplice. I've been looking for both of these guys for 48 hours. Nothing to eat, no sleep. No wonder Brooklyn's in the shape it's in with flatheads like you was believing stories about the 13 bodies in the cellar.
There are 13 bodies buried in the cellar.
Who are you?
I'm President Roosevelt.
Who's this?
He's the one who blows the bugle.
Gentlemen,
Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, listen, Colonel, you blow me your last bugle.
fine. Well, I'm here, boys. And the yellow fever victim,
papers. Dr. Gilchrist, our family physician, has signed him, and Teddy has signed him himself, and I have signed him as next of kin.
Where's he going?
Happy.
It doesn't even matter where he goes as long as he goes.
Oh, he's going right now. I want you to know that everything that has happened around here, Teddy's responsible for now. Now about those 13 bodies in the cellar,
Yeah, the 13 bodies in the cellar. Oh boy. You know, it ain't enough. You know, people are scared of him and he's waking them up all in that vehicle. But now, he's got to start a story about 13 bodies in the cellar. Can you imagine that gets out? Oh, with their yellow fever victims. Ain't that cute?
I mean, 13 bodies in the cellar. Do you think anyone would believe that story?
You know, some people are just dumb enough. I mean, last year, this guy in Greenpoint starts a murder rumor. And then I gotta dig up a whole half-acre lot.
Oh, will you excuse me?
Yeah.
Good morning, dear.
This is Mr. Witherspoon. He's here to speak with Teddy.
To speak with Teddy?
Mr. Witherspoon is the superintendent of Happydale.
Oh, yes, this is Captain,
Lieutenant Rooney. It's nice to meet you, Super. It's Teddy. He's going today.
Today!
Today?
Oh, no, come on, Lane. I got a lot of business with you. You run on home. I'll fight later.
Nuts.
I had no idea it was this immediate.
Yeah, the papers aside, he's going today.
Complete insubordination! You men will find out I am no mollycoddle. When the President of the United States is treated in such a way, what is this world coming to?
There's your man, Super.
Now, hold on a minute. Mr. President, I got fantastic news for you. Your term of office is over.
Is it possible?
I mean, practically.
Oh, let me see. Now I must go on my hunting trip to Africa. I should prepare for the journey now. Oh. Is he trying to get to the White House before I moved out?
Who, Teddy?
Taft.
This isn't Taft, Teddy. This is Mr. Witherspoon. He's to be your guide in Africa.
Bully, oh boy, bully! I should bring down my equipment. When Safari comes, tell him to wait. Oh, goodbye, Goodbye, Aunt. Oh, ladies, I'm going on a hunting trip to Africa. Isn't that wonderful? John!
And Happydale has so many staircases.
Oh, good morning, darlings.
We have visitors.
Yes, dear. This is Lieutenant Rooney.
Oh, Lieutenant Rooney. Oh, you don't look like the fussbud the policemen say you are.
Oh, no. The lieutenant's here because Teddy blew his bugle again last night.
Oh, we intend to speak to Teddy about that.
I'm afraid it's a little more important than that, Miss Brewster.
Oh, and you haven't met Mr. Witherspoon. He's the superintendent from Happydale.
Mr. Witherspoon, how are you?
Yes, you've come to meet Teddy.
No, he's come to take Teddy. Kind of is blowing his bugle.
No, we won't permit that. We won't be separated from Teddy. We promise to take it away from him.
Oh, Mortimer, how could you allow such a thing?
Well, listen, Mr. Bruce has got nothing to do with this. The law's the law. Teddy's committed himself. He's got to go.
Well, if he's going, we're going too.
Yes, we will not be separated from our Teddy. Yes.
Why no? Yes. Why not? Why not indeed?
I'm afraid that's quite impossible. I mean, it's wonderful that the ladies want to do that, go with him. But it's impossible. You see, we can't take sane people at Happydale. No.
Mr. Witherspoon, if you let us go and live there with Teddy, we'll put Happydale in our will for a very generous amount.
Well, Lord knows we could use the money, but I'm afraid that...
I mean, look, here I am wasting my morning, and I got more important things to do. You know, there's still murders out there to be solved in Brooklyn. It's not just guys like Teddy blowing his bugle and scaring people. In fact, sooner or later they have me digging up your cellar.
Our cellar?
Yeah. Your nephew's starting some crazy story now about 13 bodies buried in the cellar.
But there are 13 bodies buried in the cellar. You just ask our nephew, Mortimer.
Shut!
want to check out that cellar.
Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do, Captain. I'll bring my bodies up from the cellar, and you bring your bodies up from the attic, and we'll all bring it to Happy Dale.
But the graves are all marked and we put fresh flowers on them every Sunday.
Flowers.
Oh, of course. I put neon lights on mine. Humor them.
But Mr. Spinalzo, who doesn't belong, and he'll have to leave.
Yes, but the rest are our gentlemen.
Oh, you would like mine better, Captain? None of mine are gentlemen.
Oh, you mustn't mind Mortimer. He got engaged today.
There is a Happy Dale bar far away. There is a Happy Dale bar far away.
Yeah.
He got it. Amazing.
Listen, Snooper, you can't find out the ladies.
Just the ladies?
Yes, just the ladies.
Well, they would have to be committed.
Well, I mean, Teddy committed himself. They can commit themselves. All they have to do is sign the papers, right?
Well, certainly.
Well, if all we have to do is sign papers to be with Teddy,
Yes.
we'll sign them. Where are they?
I have them right here.
Fine, get them signed up for me, Super. I just want this taken care of.
Sign one,
If you can see if I can get some info out of that spy. 13 bodies.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to going. The neighborhood has changed so.
Oh, especially since they were little pennant.
Oh dear, we've overlooked something very critical. These must be signed by a physician. A doctor.
Oh! Dr. Einstein! Won't you come over here, Doctor? We need you to sign something. Have a seat.
Doctor?
Oh, yes. Dr. Einstein almost operated on me earlier. In fact, I think he owes me a deposit for $10, Doctor.
Are you leaving, Doctor?
Oh, yes, sir. I think I must go.
Well, aren't you going to wait for Jonathan?
I don't think we go to the same place.
Hey, Matt, this is Rudy. And we got that guy who's wanted in Indiana. Yeah, his accomplice's description is on the desk. You can read it back to me. About 40 years old, yeah. About 150 pounds. 5'4". Round face, sandy hair. And talks in a German accent and poses as a doctor. Okay, thanks, Mac.
It's all right, Lieutenant Rooney. The doctor has signed all the necessary signatures.
Well, hey, that's swell. Thanks, Doc. You're doing Brooklyn a service.
And now, Mr. Brewster.
Oh, I don't need to sign anything. I'm not crazy.
No. You sign as next of kin.
Why do you say stuff like that?
Mr. With a fork!
Spoon! With a spoon!
Come up here and pack my duffel!
Yes, pack his duffel. He is president, you know.
Oh.
And I want ice cream along the way!
I'll have the chauffeur stop at the parlor.
All right, now, Mr. Witherspoon, don't charge.
And they called Happy Dale a loony bin?
Well, Mortimer, now that we're moving, this house really will be yours.
Yes, dear. We want you to live in it.
Oh, no, dear. This house is too full of memories.
Oh, darling, but you and Elaine won't need a home once you're married.
Well, that's very indefinite.
Well, Mortimer, there is something that we really are very worried about.
No, dear. Why are you worried?
Oh, me too, Mortimer.
Oh, no, you'll both be very happy and happy day.
Oh, we're very happy about the whole thing. That's just it. We don't want anything to go wrong.
But what could go wrong?
Mortimer, will they investigate those signatures?
Oh, no, they won't look at Dr. Einstein's.
Oh, no, dear. It's not his signature, but it's yours.
Oh,
It's mine?
yes. You see, you signed as next of kin.
What is wrong with that? mean I'm not really a Brewster?
Dear, don't be so bothered about it.
I'm sure it'll make no difference to Elaine.
Oh, Elaine! 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 Can you hear me? I'm not really a Brewster. I'm the son of a sea clerk.
It's true. It's true. I saw the bodies of my...
Oh, wait. Where are we gonna go? We decided life is too short. We're gonna get out of here. Past our bedtime anyway. So we gotta go. Bye!
They're going on their honeymoon.
They're off to a flying start.
Hey, Mr. Woodland, take this with you.
That's with her fork. I mean, spoon. Spoon. Definitely spoon.
All right. My car's off the road. We don't need the wagon.
Oh, Jonathan, are you leaving now?
Yeah, he's off to Indiana. There's some folks up there that want to take care of him for the rest of his life.
Oh, well, Jonathan, we're glad you have some place to go.
Yes. We're moving too, Jonathan.
And yes, we're moving into Happydale.
So this house is seeing the last of the Brewsters.
Well, unless Motivo wants it.
I have a suggestion to make. Why don't you turn the house over to the church?
Oh, we never thought of that.
After all, it should be part of the cemetery.
All right, let's go.
Goodbye, aunties. I can't better wrap my record now, but neither can you. At least I have that satisfaction. The score stands even. 12 to 12!
Oh, that's Jonathan? He always was a mean boy.
Yes, he was.
He never could stand for anyone to get ahead of him.
No, I just wish there was something we could do to prove to him he isn't so smart. Mr. Witherspoon, does your family live with you at Happydale?
I have no family.
Oh, I suppose everyone in Happydale is considered your family.
Oh, no, you don't understand. You see, as head of the institution, I must remain quite aloof.
Oh, well, that must make you awfully lonely.
Well, it does, but my duty is my duty.
Well, Martha, if Mr. Witherspoon can't have breakfast with us, I think the least we can do is to offer him a glass of elderberry wine.
Elderberry wine?
Make it ourselves.
Well, at the institution, you see, we must remain quite formal. But here, I suppose it would be all right. You know, you don't see much elderberry wine these days. As a matter of fact,